Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney, Casper Jeans.
Hey, Nikki, what are you doing back there? Taking a dump?
I don't know why you're doing this to me. I ain't done nothing. You had sex with Willa Maston. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She's 18 and legal. She's retarded.
Eso no se hace, Sarabia.
Welcome back to another Saturday episode of the BDC Show. So after throwing my little bitch fit last week about them taking away my delivery, they ended up not taking it away at all. They just made me do my reset in the middle of it. I mean, it's whatever, but I don't see the logic in making me do that. Now I would have to drive to New Jersey and face some Yankee who's pissed off because his delivery was late. Like I couldn't even understand how they arrived at that decision. It made no sense to me. But hey, what do I know? I'm the new guy. It's not in my job description to make sense of this shit. I just deliver the stuff. And you know what? That's fine. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. Here you see me sleeping, which is something I should do more of. I slept plenty during my weekend in Naptown, and on Monday morning I was ready to head back to the Northeast and deal with those narrow roads, janky docks, and rude inhabitants. But no worries. I actually have some time off coming up. I had put in for some time off in Indianapolis for a legit reason, but when I had put it in, I had no idea I would be stranded there this past weekend. It was too close to change it to a different destination, so it looks like I am going back there. But that's fine. I'll probably just post up somewhere for a couple of days and hang back. Maybe I'll even splurge and get a hotel room. I don't know, I don't have it all figured out yet. But as I drove east, I thought about how much I am truly loving this job. I feel like my drops and hooks are coming faster and more efficient, and I feel like my back ends are just more precise. There have even been a couple of times where I fully saw the maneuver in my head before I executed it. So freaky that it bordered on clairvoyance. And as I said in the last episode, my dispatch manager has been hooking it up. I've been getting some runs with very long miles between the shipper and the receiver. By the way, he had nothing to do with that 34-hour reset in the middle of a delivery. I want that stated for the record. I feel like I've driven from Indiana to the New York metro area so many times that I could probably do it with my eyes closed. I-80 through Pennsylvania is one of my favorite routes though. All those hills keep me paying attention. I saw on the news that last Saturday there was a small earthquake in New Jersey. That's crazy. It's like they know that I am coming. There was also a big one in Russia last week. They announced tsunami warnings on the west coast. Hawaii caught a little bit of that. It was in Petropavlovsk, which is in the Kamchatka Peninsula for all you geography nerds out there. And then, after the earthquake, some volcano that hadn't erupted in centuries started blowing smoke and lava like my booty hole after eating Taco Bell. So when I was in New Jersey, I only recorded one piece of footage. It was me pulling out from the shipper and going through some very narrow and very crowded streets. I was going to mute the sounds and use it like stock footage, as per usual on this channel. But as I began editing it, I ended up watching all 12.5 minutes of it, listening to my commentary in the background, and decided that it was so good that I was just going to upload it raw into this episode. Don't break my balls at the audio quality. I just told you it was raw. But I mean, it's raw like bologna, but it's not raw like sushi. It's just a short drive through Newark, from the shipper to the 280 highway to get the hell out of Jersey. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, here is New Jersey, raw, uncensored, and uncooked.
I'll show you how narrow and shit and how tight these streets are. I mean, look at this dude. I don't know if you can see him yet. Right across the street. He got to jackknife that shit just to get it in there. Jackknife, yeah, jackknife, yeah. The highway is right there, but I can't go down that way because the fucking bridge is too short. So I gotta make a long swanging turn here. Yeah, BMWs don't stop for anybody, right? You can't see it, but in my rear view, I almost fucking clipped another street light. It's a lot easier going out than it is coming in. Coming in, I had to come up this whole road from like 10 miles back. There was people, there was an accident and nobody wanted to get out of the way. Oh, look at this bus. Look at this bus. Oh, not the bus. The brain. Oh, the brain. Oh, it's a double bus too. Oh, yeah, I feel you, brother. Well done, sir. Making those wide turns, a wide angle game. Like, I've seen this shit on TV, man, but I didn't think it was real. And this dude's van is broke down. He was here. I had to go around this fucking van right here. You see over here on the left? Or maybe it's the right. I'm not sure if it's reversed. Shit, girl's hair. That girl has more extensions than AT&T. We're heading to Michigan. So hopefully we can GTFO, man. Get the fuck out of New Jersey. ASA fucking P, man. Look at this guy. Oh, should I back up? Should I back up? Oh, I don't know what to do. Fucking ding-a-ling, man. The bodega over here, the La Fe supermarket, right across the street from the Grove Street laundromat. This is Grove Street, by the way. We all know about Grove Street families and their history, their problems with the ballas and the vagos. If you don't know, you should Google it. Google it. Google it. Google it. Google it. So we got like 6.5 hours of drive time left. That should get us out of here. I'm gonna stop and get some gas on my way out of here. This is my first time like in the New York metropolitan area. Like I know it's New Jersey, but the New York City area where like I'm actually off the highway, like down in the fucking cuts and shit. You know what's crazy? Like, I've always seen in movies and shit, like, about New York, like, guys sitting on, like, plastic buckets out front of stores, like, banging on them like drums. There was a kid back there doing that, sitting on a milk crate, banging on a fucking, one of those Homer buckets from the Home Depot. Pull your pants up, boy. out to the highway. And then we can finally get out of this gross physical salute to Bidenomics. Look over there, we got Royal Bricks. You see that? Royal Bricks, man. I wonder what that's all about. Of course, this last little bit is going to be a pain in the ace. See all that traffic up there? Everybody just doing whatever they want. Not a fucking cop in sight. Man, I don't need a fucking cop to tell me what to do. Everybody's in the fucking street! Yo, James Harden, get the fuck out of the street, James Harden. I don't want to be a part of it. New York, New York.
Well, there you have it. That clip should serve as every reason in the world as to why you would never want to live in Newark. If the New Jersey Tourism Board wants to use that video for their website, I give them permission right here and now. So we bombed across Pennsylvania and into Ohio on our way to Michigan to drop off this load. I stopped at a nice rest area and woke up before dawn to take advantage of the absence of traffic. I-80 is cool, but it gets clogged with traffic during the day. Here I used the time-lapse feature so you can enjoy a beautiful sunrise. I was heading west, but I had the sun behind me as it came up over the edge of the world. It was truly an amazing sight. These little things make this job worth doing. This is the town of Amlenton, Pennsylvania, right on the banks of the Allegheny River. Every time I drive past here, I always wonder what is going on in that town. It looks like something from the past, like a place stuck in time. I wouldn't mind living there. So we made it to Coldwater and made our drop and hooked onto an empty. Now it's down to Anderson, Indiana for a run down to South Carolina, back down to the south. Whatever. It's good miles. You're not going to hear any complaints out of me. I spent the night at the Indiana Welcome Center in Angola, just south of the Michigan border. A couple drinks of a sugar-free Monster and a cool Filter King, and I'm ready to raw dog this delivery like nobody's business. Hopefully there won't be any hiccups. Last night was the first time I was laying in the sleeper thinking, man, it's fucking chilly in here. Right smack dab in the middle of August, and I'm cold. I swear you can't make this shit up. But when I woke up, there was some fog lingering across the freeway. Supposedly, this delivery doesn't have to be delivered until Saturday, but dispatch called and is kind of pressuring me to get it there on Friday. I mean, I can do it, but I go at my own pace. There is even a company policy that states I am the captain of the ship. Look at me, look at me. I am the captain now. Oh captain, my captain, am I right? Everything was going good for about 30 miles until I got into Fort Wayne, and there was gridlock traffic in an already narrowed construction zone. Everything came to a complete halt. I didn't find out until about a half hour later that a truck smashed into a minivan and the resulting accident closed down both of the remaining 2 lanes. I was going to try and get some footage of it, but there was local law enforcement and the Indiana State Police everywhere. Oh, and let's give a shout out to whatever government agency sent me this emergency text, advising me to stay out of the area of this accident, after I was already smack dab in the middle of it. With service like this, where can I sign up to pay extra taxes? But this too shall pass, and after being patient, I got through all the bullshit and got over to Anderson for my pickup. When I got there, they told me my window was 11 a.m., while dispatch had told me that my appointment was at 2, so I thought I was early, but I wasn't. I was right on time. Perfect. They did take 2 hours to get me loaded, which was only mildly irritating, since I had planned on them telling me I had to wait until 2 for being early. The dock was easy to get into as well, so I guess it was all good. I was able to make a quick lunch and hang back, watching everyone else pull into the warehouse and try to back into the dock. If you're in this business, you probably already know that your colleagues are watching and criticizing your maneuvers whenever you do them. The guy in the background of this footage was having a really hard time. He initially had a serious problem angling his trailer into the dock, and when he finally got in there, he had neglected to open his doors before backing up snug to the dock. I'm not even talking shit. I sat there and watched him do it without realizing he hadn't opened them. Then, for some reason, instead of just pulling up a little bit, he came all the way out and fouled his angle just to open his doors. Then he had to do it all again. I'm typically not someone who will disembark the truck and offer help, because I am still technically a rookie, and I don't want to disrespect anyone by suggesting that they need help. But don't get me wrong, if someone asked me for help, I absolutely would. So there was a slight delay afterward when some skinny, toothless warehouse worker came out to give me my paperwork. Either I had given the wrong trailer number or the guy I gave it to when I checked in wrote it down wrong. The paperwork had to be amended, and that was a whole other set of bullshit. Of course, I didn't have a pen on me, so the worker had to go back in for one. I closed the doors and pulled away from the dock before she came back with my bill of lading and the door seal. Then it was down State Road number 9 to Interstate 74 East. It was nothing but cornfields for about 50 miles. It was a total vibe. I was looking at the clouds off in the distance, and it totally looked like it was about to rain. But since when can weathermen predict the weather? This picture was taken near the Ohio-Indiana border. Sometimes I see these views and I feel like I'm on another planet. Take a moment to soak that in. And speaking of soaking it in, it's weird how I went from Indiana into Ohio to Kentucky in under an hour. Here I am crossing the Ohio River, which was actually a lot wider than I thought it was. As I was coming across this bridge, I was like, holy shit, the Ohio River is no joke. That's why the camera starts spinning around like if Michael J. Fox was holding it while recording. I can't believe that views like this are real. That is why this channel exists. So I can show you guys these views and you can live them as if you were in the passenger seat. But at any rate, we are into Kentucky. Perhaps Colonel Sanders will hook us up with a free bucket of that original recipe. Just like I thought, we were into the bluegrass state for about 10 minutes before the sky opened up. pissing all over us like R. Kelly. Perhaps I will stop early today, regardless of Dispatch's wishes for me to run hard and run fast. You run hard. You run fast. But me, I'm looking for a place to shut down. The way stations down here also have a parking area for trucks and RVs. No four-wheelers allowed. Only us big guys can park there. No more little guys. The last time I was down here, I got a flat tire. No jinxes this time around. I even found the spot where that all went down. I made it through there with no issues. So here you can see the sign inviting truckers to park at the way station, which is kind of ironic because we always pray that we don't get called into one most of the time. What's really wild is that on my pre-pass, I actually got a red light before I went in. So before I could shut down and park for the night, I actually had to weigh. It was no big deal. I'm running at like 13,000 pounds, so I'm in no danger of being overweight. Unlike 60% of house cats who are found to be overweight. Crazy stat, huh?